Now we've all seen a flashy watch, but have you ever seen a watch that can flash?
Hey, you're finally awake.
Effectively, it's just a flashlight disguised as a watch, but it does pack quite a bit of a punch. This is my phone light, so it's fairly bright, and this is the flash watch. Oh God, Jesus Christ. It's also got this funky setting where it kind of acts like a rave. And no, it doesn't tell the time. It is incredibly cheap to build and really fun to make, so it's a very good engineering project to do for anyone who might be interested in something like this. But it does rely on 3 basic principles. Principle number 1, very small watch face. Now, unless you have a clock like this strapped to your wrist, you're not going to be able to see the time. Even on this watch, to be able to see the face of the dial, you need to be fairly damn close. So it's used in fairly close proximity because it's very easy to say, hey, would you look at the time? And someone starts to get very close to the watch. Which brings me to the second point, light and distance. Now, the closer you are to a light source, the more powerful it is. It's an exponential curve. Now, if you look at our closest star, also known as the sun, it provides enough energy and heat for us to support life on Earth. Now, if you look at the next closest star to Earth, which is Proxima Centaurus, it looks like a little red dot in the sky. There's a few reasons for that, but the main one is distance. And furthermore, if your eyes were able to penetrate and actually see brighter spectrums of light, the night sky actually looks like this. So generally speaking, the closer you are to a light source, the brighter something's gonna be. And so a moderately powered flashlight at close range is like a floodlight from about 10 meters away. And we've all been driving, we've all seen it. That sucks, specifically when you're not expecting it. And the third and probably saddest point of all is the fact that we don't really use our watches for telling the time anymore. Even you watching this content, you can see the time, the top of the screen, the bottom of the corner. You use your phone to tell the time more often than you use your watch, meaning you've just got free real estate. Now, specifically at nighttime, when the flash watch actually is probably the best to be used, you're not going to notice the little imperfections around the design. The closer you look at it, the more you realize it's not a real watch. There is a 3D printed housing. It's a resin face instead of glass. It has a micro SD for charging on the side, and the FaceTime doesn't actually move at all. But that's because I'm just really cheap. And if you've seen the inflation at this point, you would understand why. And I really actually like the design for a few reasons, one of which is the fact it's got a 22mm watch band clip. So you can change to any different universal 22mm watch band, which already exists in the market. And furthermore, it's designed to have almost the exact same dimensions as a standard smartwatch. So it doesn't really draw too much attention of being too big, nice and light and very compact. The micro SD charger means that you can charge this thing and run it for 8 hours, so even if you don't use it as a self-defense tool, it's quite useful just having a flashlight strapped to your wrist at all times. And my favorite bit is, it's incredibly cheap. It's 3D printed components. It's resin coating. That's just normal paper printed underneath. It's a $10 flashlight with a few different homemade components. And for $5 a month, you too can have this design. As part of the Engineering Dad's Patreon, you get access to any of our designs, files, and further instructions of how to build it yourself. We regularly update our designs in different projects. For example, the other engineer of the channel, James, put up his Attenzione pickpocket. Now, if you don't want to be part of the Patreon, that's fine. There's a lot of free designs up there, but please just give it a look-see. Everything helps us out. But if you like the project, we really appreciate if you liked it. Share it around with anyone who might be interested in building one of these yourselves. All the links and whatnot will be on the Patreon. Anyways, see you in the next one.